Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandiola with another screencast. This one in After Effects, and I have a simple animation here. I can do a little RAM preview on it. So when you want to view your After Effects animations, don't just hit the play button, hit the RAM preview button, which is way over here. So I can see that mine will look like this. It usually goes through once, it might be too slow or too quickly, and then it goes again at a more of a real-time type of thing. Anyway, so I got that going. Now I want to import sounds. What I do is I go to File, Import, File, or you can just double click anywhere in the empty project area here. Look at this, File, Import File. I'm going to look for the sound file, and I have one down here. It's a portion of the King of Rock by Run DMC, and I will open that in there. Now, as an MP3, I suggest using MP3 or WAV files, WAV. Probably work the best, or the easiest anyway. So it's in my project panel. Now I just take it and I bring it down here into the composition timeline area. I can see it's got a little sound effect by it, and I can also see that it, goes beyond the edge, and that's fine. So if I want my music to not start until, let's say, the star gets to the end, what I could do, or start partway through, I could drag the beginning of it here. You can see where this light greenish gray color is, that's where it's going to be, and where it's kind of this darker color, that's where it's not happening yet. So I'll go like this, and if I play this, let's see if it can hear it. So what's happening is it actually didn't move the starting position of the song, it just changed when in the song I hear it. This is the actual start of the song. Here's the start. So that's the beginning. If I do it here, I might change where I start to hear the song. So if I want to actually move it, for example, I click on the whole thing and I drag it this way. If I just drag the edges, I turn off where I start to hear it and where I end hearing it, if I were to drag it with the right edge. If I actually delay the start of it, I'm going to move it to, let's say, 1 second in, and then I'll go like that. So it's a little bit of empty space there, let's say that much. And I'm going to move that back so that this part lines up with 1 second. Now, RAM preview it again. You get the idea. So it's a rap song. So that's how you can do that. You can also, if you go to the window menu and you go to audio, there's a whole, you can change the decibels on it. This is, if you have stereo sound, you can do that. So if you look at the waveform, I can see here that I have stereo because I have 2 channels here, so I can adjust how that changes, and that's settings I can have for that kind of stuff like that. You can also adjust the audio level of it. I'm going to close this audio panel here. So if I wanted to fade in, for example, what I could do is I'm going to click on audio levels, and I'm going to crank this down to negative a lot. I'm going to move this keyframe actually to right here. It's about where the song starts. And if I move the play to here, maybe I want it to be a slow fade up to that. So then what I do at that point is I increase the decibels to something like this. Okay, or maybe even have this keyframe be at 3 seconds. So it's going to be about 1 second or 2 of fade, and let's see what that sounds like. So you can hear it getting louder the later it went in there. So let's say you can add sound. Another thing to do, once you've got that in there, you want to go to Composition, Make Movie, and you can leave these settings alone if you want. Output to, that's where you can give it a name, so I can call it Test Run. Put it on the desktop for now. QuickTime Movie, that's fine. Save, and then click on Lossless here. And what you're going to want to do is make sure to check audio output, because by default it won't be checked. So you want to make sure that you check it. Click OK, and then hit render here, and you might see the Adobe Media Encoder pop up. If that's the case, just hit Start Render. It'll render there, and it'll render it out to where you had it. In this case, mine's rendering out to the desktop. And that's when you can submit to me. If it's too big for the assignment Dropbox, feel free to go to Dropbox.com. Register for a free account. The first 2 gigabytes of storage space are free. You can just share. After you've uploaded it, you can click on the share button to my email, john.mandiola@rasmussen.edu. That's all I got. If you have any more questions, let me know. Thank you. Goodbye.